This is Désiré Doué. He's just won the treble with PSG, but he's got a massive problem. He can't stop changing boots. Over the course of last season, he wore 29 pairs. He's running a boot rotation currently deeper than PSG's squad depth. In this video, we're going to dive into some of those boots, and I'm going to give you 3 options in which I think Doue should stick with, and trust me, they will surprise you. Now look, is it really that deep what he wears? Not really. But I needed a storytelling narrative for this video, so here we are. Now, players switching boots during the season isn't exactly breaking news. With brands dropping new colorways like their mixtapes, it's very hard not to switch boots up. But Doué's case is different because he doesn't have a boot deal, meaning he's a free agent. So like I said, Doue has won 29 different pairs, but if we're being exact, it's only 11 based on the models. So here's the lineup of the boots he's worn. Get it? Because, you know, lineup, he's won 11 different models. Never mind. The Nike Mccur Vapor 11, the Nike Mccur Vapor 15, the Skechers Razor 1.5, Adidas X Crazy Fast Plus, Puma King Ultimate, Puma King Ultra 5, Adidas F50 Elite, Adidas F50 Messi, Adidas Predator Elite, Adidas F50 Leather Remake, and the Nike Mccur Vapor 16. So if we're making a decision on what boots he's going to be wearing, let's first of all trim the fat. If we're thinking about Doué's future, that means discontinued boots are out of the window. Also the Puma King Ultimate, because I just don't own a pair and I can't get the B-roll for one. So that actually leaves us with 6 boots, and I'm going to break down what each of them offers. First of all, the Adidas Predator Elite. A mix of modern tech with old school vibes. You get a hybrid touch upper with striped skin rubber elements, giving you a crisp, grippy touch. Add in the control frame outsole and you've got traction and responsiveness in one package. It's also the lightest Predator ever, which is mad really. Fit wise, I'd say that if you have wide feet, they'll be okay for you, but I find the toe box to be quite narrow, so I'd recommend most people go half a size up. Next, the Adidas F50 Elite. This is Adidas's speed boot. You've got your fiber touch upper, sprint web texture, and a sprint frame 360 outsole. Translation, barefoot vibes with comfort. The outsole isn't as springy as you'd expect from the speed boot, but it still makes you feel quite agile. For me, I'd say these are more on the kind of neutral to narrow fitting side. If you have wide feet, as long as they aren't super wide, they should be okay for you. My recommendation would be to go true to size though. Next, the Nike Mccur Vapor 16. Yes, I know this is the Superfly 10. It's just the dynamic color is the only difference really, so we'll run with it. Probably the most popular boot on this list. Grip knit upper for subtle grip, atom knit in the heel, and a fly knit tongue and collar area, even though it's a shorter collar. You also get the air zoom unit with evolved chevron shaped studs for explosive traction. And I'd say this Mccur is more forgiving to wider feet. I'd say it has a more of a neutral fit though. For me, I'd say go true to size. Then you have the Skechers Razor 1.5. This one's a bit of a dark horse. Aggressive chevron studs on a carbon infused sole plate equals serious explosiveness and responsiveness, while the upper feels like a modern throwback to the Vapor 10. Thin but slightly feel a bit more padded. But the real MVP is the Hyperburst Pro insole. It's basically Skechers saying, what if comfort wasn't boring? As you get this really cushioned underfoot sensation. Great comfort, great lockdown. They fit slightly on the narrow side, but I'd say go true to size. Then the Adidas F50 Messi. Wait, did I say no discontinued boots? Yes, but Adidas pulled a Uno reverse card and released the newest model while I was planning this video, so we're going to still run with this one because really there's not too much of a difference. You have a different haptic print on the graphic on the upper, as well as the toe box being a bit bigger on the newer model. That's really about it. It's more or less still the same boot. It has the tech of a modern speed boot with more kind of traditional vibe to it as well. It features a hybrid touch upper, the burrito style tongue that Messi prefers, and the sprint frame 360 outsole that you see on the regular F50. I'd say they fit most foot types, and I'd go true to size in these. And last but not least, the Puma Ultra 6. So I'm kind of breaking my own rules again. Puma is another brand that dropped the newest model while I was planning this video. He wore the 5 and not the 6, but they're more or less the exact same boot with maybe just a few minor changes. It still has that Grip Control Pro upper and a very responsive speed system sole plate. Overall, a very responsive feeling football boot. I'd say they have kind of like medium width, so as long as your feet aren't too wide, they should be okay for you. And I'd say for Puma boots, for me at least, I need to go at least half a size down because they fit quite long. So what should Doué do next? First, let's start off what he shouldn't do, and that is to sign with Nike or Adidas. For me, it's boring that all the best players in the world sign automatically for those two brands. People often see brands like Nike and Adidas as exclusive clubs for the best players in the world, and often give them this kind of higher status. But remember, in truth, they're just brands that make cool stuff that we like, nothing more really. And speaking of branding, modern players care a lot about their personal branding. So we need a brand that's going to put Doué more at the front of their marketing and possibly give him his own signature collection. While Doué in turn can also elevate the status of that brand as he continues to develop into a world-class footballer. Nike and Adidas won't do that for him because they already have more established players as the face of their boots. The F50, you have Yamal or Messi. Mccur, you have Vinny and Mbappe, the list goes on. And with all due respect, they're not going to put any of those players on the shelf for Doué. So let's look at the real options. Option 1, sign with Skechers. Skechers may be the new kids on the block, but they're not messing around. Harry Kane, Mohamed Kudus, Anthony Elanga, they're already on board. And the Razor is legit, but it doesn't have a signature player like the SKX does with Kane. So Doue could be the face of that boot. More marketing attention, more visibility, and is already a top performer. Plus, he gets to look like that guy who took a chance and made Skechers look cool. Option 2, sign with Puma. Puma's already well established, but I feel they need a bit more of a spark. And Doue could be that spark. The Ultra 6 is great, but I don't think there's a player really owning that boot right now. So I say let him cook in the Ultra and maybe pair him in a campaign with Neymar, his idol. Not necessarily as a clone, but more like a protege and passing on the baton. It's just a nice story. Or option 3, stay a free agent. Just keep doing what he's doing. Rotate boots like it's an ultimate team. Not many players are mixing it up like this, and he knows boots clearly. He keeps the boot nerds guessing and we're loving it. So those are my 3 options for Désiré Doué. Number 1, sign with Skechers and become the face of the Razor. 2, sign with Puma and breathe new life into the Ultra. 3, stay a free agent and keep breaking the boot rotation records. What do you think he should do? Drop your pick in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like and subscribe to the channel, and check out my other videos for everything football boots. Like always, my name is Sub, this is Substance Football. Thank you for watching, see you next time.